The table was never meant to be fenced. Jesus didn't host a ceremony. He hosted a meal. They've tried to fence the table. They've added rules, credentials, and creeds. They've posted signs about worthiness and locked the silver behind sanctuary doors. But I keep thinking about that upper room and the dust on their feet, the fear in their voices, and the bread in his hands. Like I said, Jesus didn't host a ceremony. He hosted a meal. So let's look at a brief history of that meal, shall we? What we now call communion, the Eucharist, or the Lord's Supper, sometimes the Great Thanksgiving, has deep roots in Jewish traditions. Jesus' Last Supper was a Passover meal, an annual feast remembering God's deliverance of the people from bondage in Egypt. The sharing of bread and wine was already sacred. But when Jesus lifted the bread and the cup and said, "Do this in remembrance of me," Luke 22:19-20, he reframed it. The table was no longer just about deliverance from Pharaoh. It became about deliverance from fear, from isolation, from systems of domination. It was, and remains, about being gathered, broken open, and poured out in love. The early Christians didn't build altars or set up ecclesial barriers. They gathered in homes. They ate together. Acts 2:46 says they broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts. That was communion. It was only after Christianity became entangled with empire in the 4th century that the Eucharist became a priest-controlled ritual. What had once been a community meal of grace became a rite of access and authority. As theologian William Cavanaugh writes, the Eucharist is not a symbol of something absent, but a manifestation of Christ's body among us. It is not meant to be guarded, but given. So when Jesus said, "Whenever you do this," was he talking about bread and wine on a sacred table only? Or about every meal, every moment of sharing, every act of presence where love is the host? I believe it's the latter. And I believe it's time to reclaim that understanding. So I've, with help, prepared a couple of things for you. The first is a liturgy for the table of remembrance. And it goes like this. And this is for gatherings of any size. It can be spoken by any person, no ordination, credentials, sacred tables needed. Come, friends. Come with questions, with hunger, with trembling hope. Come with doubts, with joy, with silence. This table is not mine. It is not the church's. It is not fenced by dogma or doctrine. This is Christ's table, and Christ made it wide. We remember that long ago on the night of uncertainty and betrayal, Jesus sat with his friends, not with saints or scholars, but with doubters, deniers, and dreamers. He took bread, ordinary, crusted, shared, and said, "This is my body, broken open, so you will know love is stronger than fear." He lifted that cup, common, passed hand to hand, and said, "This is my life, poured out, so none of you ever have to drink alone again. Whenever you eat, whenever you drink, remember me." So come, break whatever bread you have, lift whatever cup you hold. Remember not just what he said, but how he lived, how he loved, and how he welcomed all. Let this be your communion. A closing prayer for this liturgy. Christ among us, Christ between us, Christ within us. Make us one bread, one body, one hope for a world aching for justice and joy. Amen. And the second gift I have for you today is a blessing across faiths and paths that can be spoken at any shared meal. May the meal before you be more than nourishment. May it be peace. May the hands that pass the plate also pass compassion. May the silence between bites hold room for wonder. And whether you pray to God, to Spirit, to ancestors, or stars, may you know this. You are welcome at this table of life. No worthiness test, no entrance fee, only hunger and the willingness to share. Eat, drink, remember, you are not alone. Amen. This is available on my Substack, revsheseesfar.substack.com. It's called Communion, and I hope that it, in some way, helps you, and that maybe from now on, when you share meals with friends, regardless of your beliefs, you understand that you're sharing communion with them as well. Have a blessed day.